Hey everyone, today we are unboxing the Wild Unknown Archetypes. Let's get into it. All right, welcome back everyone. We are unboxing today the Wild Unknown Archetypes by Kim Krans. And I just wanted to talk a little bit before we actually dive into the table and get to the cards. Before we get to that point, I just want you to know that when I did this unboxing, I didn't really know what an archetype was. And so just in case you don't know what an archetype is, I just want to read you the definition. And also, I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Jess. I'm a fine artist, flight attendant, and festival enthusiast. And I talk about F words that I'm passionate about here on my channel. And I also talk about tarot, oracle, and Lenormand. And I'm starting to introduce unboxings and different elements of card divination to my channel. So if you're into any of the F words I talk about or anything with cards, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. And please consider subscribing. All right, now let me read to you the definition of the archetype. So some people might know what this is. I really did not. I wasn't sure what the exact definition of an archetype was. Like, I had an idea, but you'll hear me talk about it when I flip through the cards. I keep saying, you know, I don't know what an archetype is. But pretty much, the archetype is the original of its kind, the first image, the inherited emerging pattern, the initial and eternal energy. So basically, it's the first thing of its kind. So for instance, the forest. We all know what the forest is. It was named that. That's its archetype. Same thing with a mountain or mother or father or anything that was named what it was named basically is an archetype. And it says, where do archetypes come from? You can't spend much time with this question before stumbling across the work of psychologist Carl Gustav Jung. And though Jung was the first to develop and integrate the concepts of archetypes into the world of psychology and healing, he would also be the first to acknowledge he had nothing to do with their origin. So there's like, this guidebook is really in depth, and in the flip through, since I did it so long ago and I really didn't know what I was doing, I basically don't really flip too much through this guidebook. I just pretty much flip through the cards. And it's really funny too, because at certain points I'm like, ooh, something different is happening, because the Roman numeral numbers on the cards start changing. Nothing different was happening. I just don't know how to read Roman numerals. So it was just going in order. I just didn't realize that that's how Roman numerals worked. I'm pretty bad with them, except for the lower numbers, because I do read tarot, so I do understand the lower Roman numerals, but I'm not big into football or Super Bowl or any of that, so I couldn't even tell you when they use the Roman numerals for that, what it means. So it's kind of funny, and just bear with me because these unboxings are new to me, and so I'm just kind of testing the waters a little bit, if you know what I mean. Anyways, let's dive into the cards right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to another unboxing video here on Living by the F Word. Once again, this is the Fools 4 series where I talk about tarot, oracle, Lenormand, and anything that has to do with cards. So today we are looking at the Wild Unknown Archetypes. As you can see, this box is massive. It's by Kim Krans. She is very well known for her entire Wild Unknown series. She has the Wild Unknown Tarot. She has the Wild Unknown Oracle deck, the Animal Spirit Oracle, I believe it's called. I don't own either of those. I've been eyeing her decks for quite some time, and then I wanted to start practicing with more Oracle decks. So the archetypes really drew my attention because they are circular. So let's open this baby up and see what we got. Once again, sorry if there's any type of glare. That's just because there's cellophane on this, because I am unboxing it with you. So let's open it up. Hope you're all having a great day today, by the way. Oops, probably just made people cringe because I think I just dented the box doing that. So there's certain videos I'm going to be doing where I unbox these right on camera with you. So you'll basically be experiencing my first reaction to these decks. And then there's going to be other ones where I've already worked with the deck for quite some time, decks in my collection that I just want to show you and tell you why I like them so much. And yeah, so we're going to have different styles, and I'm pretty new to this, so I really hope you like the setup. Wow. This is massive, guys. Wow. All right. So, welcome to the Wild Unknown Archetypes. You will find within 78 circular cards in a round box, lavishly illustrated 224-page guidebook. From the wellspring of the collective unconscious emerge images that appear in the dreams of every culture, illuminating our multiplicity and uniting us in the endless story of humanity. These are archetypes that limitless potential. These are archetypes, I'm sorry guys, my camera is right where I'm trying to read this. These are archetypes, their limitless potential is yours to behold as you travel to the realm of dreams, visions, and myth. You will always be on the inner quest. So wow, this is a 78 card deck. So that's pretty amazing. It's 78 cards like the tarot. So yeah, I had mentioned in my other unboxing video for, I believe it was Enchanted Blossoms Oracle, that Oracle really has like no range or structure as far as the design. Oops. Oh, okay. Wait a second. Okay, so that's magnetic. I'm trying to get it out of the sleeve. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Oracle can really be any type of number or amount of cards. You know, there could be 44, there could be 52, and this one there's 78. Whereas with the tarot, there's 78 cards. With Lenormand, traditional Lenormand, there's 36 cards. So different systems have different card numbers or, you know, actual structure to them, whereas Oracle decks can really be free range. So this particular one has 78 cards. Okay, so we have the sleeve here, and then we have this really nice box. It's one of those magnetic boxes. Okay. Accept all, reject none. That's kind of cool because you can actually put the card here if you want. All right, so now we have a little ribbon to get that really thick guidebook out. I mean, look at that. Wow. So I don't own, as I mentioned, I don't own any of the Kim, I'm like tripping up on all my words today, sorry. I don't own any decks by Kim Crans or Crans, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but she has a bunch of different decks out there, with her tarot being probably the most popular. So I wanted to kind of go with something different, especially because I already have so many tarot decks. I'm trying to collect more Oracle decks, so I figured this might be a nice addition, and the circular kind of drew me in as well because I don't own any type of circular deck. And really, I'm actually usually attracted to points and triangles and pyramids. As you can even see, these candles, which a bunch of them went out already, are triangles, and this is more like five-sided points. I really am usually drawn to points, but lately I've been really drawn to spheres and circles. Even with crystals, I've been getting more into circles because they represent cycles that we go through, and they represent infinite potential, basically. And you can have sacred oh my gosh, I'm just gonna stop trying to teach you because I can't even talk today. But you know, like the flower of life and different secret geometry. It's not geometry. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna cut this part out. So, okay, let's take a look at this first. So we have the contents. So you can look up the selves, the places, the tools, the initiations. So the font's kind of small, so you can't really see that on the camera. This is gonna really be a lot of interesting work going through this. This guidebook is massive, and obviously I can't really tell you what I like or dislike about it since I'm unboxing it with you, but there are other channels that have definitely gone through and given their critiques and reviews. I typically just like flip throughs so I could see the artwork, so let's just do that, and I will keep you posted as far as what I think. That was really delayed. All right, so this is a circular box, so a box within a box. That's interesting. So it's nice packaging, but like that's peeled up. This, you could kind of see that. My phone just went off, of course. I have it on silent, and then the thing that records us, aka the government, just started listening into what I was saying. I have it on silent so there would be no distractions, but it just magically started recording me, so that's nice. All right, so what I was saying was this paper, how it's bent over on this box. I mean, maybe I'm being a little too nitpicky, but since I studied graphic design and motion design in college, like I took a packaging class, so I mean, I think the packaging is really cool, obviously, but that just kind of bothers me how it's like bumpy, but who cares? Let's look at the cards. Should I put these cards out on here for you? Would that be better? I mean, I'm gonna hold them up anyway. Let's see. Once again, guys, trial and error here with me because I'm very new to unboxing videos. I've just introduced this series into my channel. So if you're curious about me, living by the F word is about F words. I'm a flight attendant, I'm a fine artist, and festival enthusiast, and basically everything I do is an F word. And that's why this series is called Fools 4. Because I need F words to incorporate the tarot, obviously. You could go watch the video I put out about the what Fools 4, how that concept came about. I'll link it in the description below. Wow. My phone keeps recording me. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go chuck it in the other room. Okay, so let's give this a nice flip through. So the back is kind of like a diamond, like the diamond on the guidebook. Black and white, as you can see. Kind of rough, almost like a diamond in the rough. It's not very sharp, like as sharp as that, but pretty cool because it's black and white. So, all right, here we go. Give the mother. So this is a collage style deck. Number 2, Father. The Starborn. I really like how it's watercolor. It looks like watercolor mixed with pen and ink and collage together, and I love that because I always did mixed media art when I created art, and I still create art. I love doing mixed media. So I don't mind collage decks at all because I think they're fun. Eternal Child. The Orphan. This one seems kind of dark. I'm not sure what it means because I haven't worked with these, obviously. But just going off of what I'm looking at, we have a snake, a hand reaching out. The Mentor. The Poet. The Maiden. I really like the tree references here throughout this deck. The Hunter. The Warrior. The Queen. Makes sense that the Queen comes first, then the King. So number 6 is the Queen, number 7 is the King. The Crone. The Judge. Shapeshifter. And then you have that snake skin, because you have a lot of snakes in here, even with the shaman here. So that print of the snake skin is still there. The shaman. Super interesting, the collage style. I mean, I enjoy it. Some people do not, but I find it quite dynamic. The Lover. In the original tarot, in the major arcana, the Lovers was actually the lover, and somehow it got translated into being the lovers with multiple people. So that's interesting that there's a single lover here. So since this is 78 cards, I'm not sure, it doesn't say that. I'm not familiar with what an archetype is, honestly. I am curious to find out, like, if this follows some type of tarot system, since there's 78 cards. I'm not really sure. The Siren. I was under the impression it was like an oracle deck, but I could be wrong. Once again, I really just like to collect cards because of the artwork. I like to work with them with daily card pulls, and I thought it'd be fun to start doing some readings because a lot of my friends are always asking me for readings, so I thought it might be a fun thing to introduce to my channel. I love fine art. I was a fine artist, so I really wanted to incorporate this into my channel. So I'm not the most experienced when it comes to the knowledge. I really am just interested in working with them on a spiritual level, and they're really a nice tool. Cards are just helpful when you want an answer to something, or if you need assistance with anything in your life, in my opinion. Mystic. It's pretty cool with the eyes there. The Creator. The Destroyer. 22 and 23. The Sustainer. I'm not a big reptile person, but the snakes don't really bother me in this deck. Okay. That's an interesting card. Okay, we have a little kitty with sprinkles as the hat and the eyes that are cut in. This is kind of a strange collage piece here. But I am laughing, so for the comic that's pretty appropriate. The Unseen. The Shadow. The Self. See, I love this watercolor. I love rainbow. If you've been one of my subscribers for a while, you know that I love color, but you also know that I love black and white. So that's why I was so attracted to this deck. I just like the combination and the contrast. And like I said before, the circular aspect is really awesome because I have square cards. Obviously, most of the decks I have are rectangle, all different sizes, but I don't have any circular deck yet. So this was really fun to add. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with these are like an oracle system because I don't know why she chose to do 78 though, but I'll find out in the guidebook and get back to you. But the heart. The cave. The mountain. I love nature. I absolutely adore nature. I love all these trees that she has throughout as well. I see the theme of the snake and the trees so far. If you guys see another theme or own this deck, let me know what you find to be the most attractive to you. Or if you're just watching for the first time, let me know as well. Wow, just beautiful. The ocean. We have another eye here. Lots of eyes. Oh my goodness. The forest. Any forest fam watching this? Wow. Look, it looks like electric forest. It actually does. Wow. So that's 36. Card 36 is the forest. Ooh, Now we have Burning Man. It's like Electric Forest and Burning Man are together. The desert with a giant hand and moon. And then we have trees and like an emerald is what it looks like to me. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. If there's anyone on here that is strictly just a tarot, oracle, or Lenormand card reader, I'm very into music festivals and arts festivals and have a bunch of videos about them. So if you're interested in those, you can go check them out as well. But that's what I'm talking about when I said about Electric Forest and Burning Man. The bridge. All right. Yeah, the watercolor is just so pretty. I'm trying to get my camera to focus. I had some trouble the other night with the other deck too. So I'm trying to do these videos during the day so that the lighting's a little bit better so that my camera focuses better. I think I'm doing much better today than in the first one I did. The temple. Dang. The temple is usually a sacred place, wherever it may be. The dead end. Yeah. Some of us are definitely feeling that. Okay, wait. So now, hold on a second. So we went up to the temple here, and now we're going to XL, XL1, XL2. So something has just shifted over. I'll look it up after. I'll keep flipping through just in case you're only here to look at the artwork. I'll look it up at the end. But XL1, the village. The empty room. Some of these, I have a feeling, are a little dark. But you can't have the light without the dark. The pearls and the rose. Interesting. For the castle. Love this watercolor. This color is awesome with the black and white. If I ever made a deck, it would be something similar to this, I feel like. I would use color in black and white. The box. Threshold. Does it bother you guys that I'm reading what it says on the card? Would you prefer that I just flip through and play some music? I might put some music on in the background already. Since this video's already been going for probably 20 minutes, so no one cares. Shut up, Jess. The underworld, yeah. Okay, that's probably a little creepy. The fault line. Bardo. I'm not sure what that is. Wow, this is gonna be some really interesting work for me, guys, because obviously I don't know what a lot of this means. And I'm not sure if like archetypes are a style of deck or not. I really should have looked that up before I filmed this video, but quite honestly, I ordered this a couple weeks ago and it's been sitting on my dresser. I've been wanting to do a first unboxing video with you. I really like the idea of mixing it up and doing some of these unboxed right on camera where we get to experience it together. And then I like the idea also of showing you decks that I've worked with that really call to me. You would obviously see all the energy come through, obviously, with the deck that I've worked with already. That's amazing. The vision. All right, we have a gem. Okay, I called it a diamond before, but it's a gem. I love line work. I love line work like that. The ring. The nectar. Kiss. Oops, I grabbed too many there. The mask. It's probably something about hiding who we truly are, or some type of deceitfulness is what I'm getting from this, because you have all the color on one side and then darkness. Okay. The sword. Oh. Venom. I gotta say, I am just always blown away by how much time and effort it must take for these to be made. And I got this on sale. It was a price drop, I think, on Amazon for like 20 bucks or something, like really quite low compared to what it started out as when it was first released. So I'm pretty happy with this purchase so far. Of course, I need to work with them. Lots of times you connect with the artwork, but then when you start to work with the cards, it's like there's blockages or something. But I feel like I would do well with these. Thread. Okay, so now we're on to something else. LXXI. I'm not good with Roman numbers at all. Feels like we're in apocalypse. My camera stopped recording. I'm not sure why. I don't think the memory card is full. Maybe I am just talking too much. Okay, wow, so we have a lot to work with here. There's a pendulum in here. There's sacred pairs. Yeah, so I mean, they're divided into chapters, but I guess the initiation and the tools are what were separate on the cards. The places. Stream, flow, current for the river. Yeah, connection for the bridge. So yeah, this is definitely styled like an oracle deck. really detailed guidebook. I will have to do a follow-up video on this. Wow, pretty amazing. Let me know what you guys think. If you have worked with this deck, let me know what you find to be helpful or useful. Really beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I would love for you to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying these unboxings. I will see you in the next video. Peace.